Hey everybody, it's Dan the Red, and welcome back to Highway Blossoms. Right the last we left off, they're at a buffet apparently, or as she very metaphorically or figuratively refers to it as heaven. Okay, we're gone now. Oh, hello, food! Muffins. Rows upon rows of stations form a small maze in the massive room. Deep bins full of food, fried or grilled or baked or roasted, fill nearly every inch of space in each station. Marina and I grab plates from the tall stacks nearby. Meet in the dining room? She nods, already distracted, and heads straight for the... She's already gone. And heads straight for the desserts. I load my plate with a slice of prime rib, 2 rolls, and a scoop of mashed potatoes. I pour gravy over them, letting it run down and soak into everything else. Oh, fuck. Now I'm hungry. For good measure, I also throw on a pair of chicken wings from a nearby basket. Stop it! I'm already hungry. They're so fresh that I can see the steam coming off of them. I'm gonna need a second plate. I grab one off into the pile and toss a small piece of salmon, some pot stickers, and some from the Asian section, and a large spoonful of some of the casserole. I can't even guess what it is, but it looks good. Everything looks good. It's only because I can't fit more food on my plates. I head to the dining area and pick a seat where Marina will be able to find me easily. Sure enough, she emerges just a minute later carrying 2 plates just like I did. Wow, you weren't even kidding about trying everything. Instead of big portions of a few things like I got, Marina has 1 or 2 bites of a couple dozen dishes. Roughly half of them are cakes or other sweets, if I can figure. When in Rome, you know? I slice off a bit of steak and close my eyes in ecstasy while I chew. It's divine. Holy cow. Barely balancing her plate, she slides into the seat beside me. Marina bumps against my shoulder as she gets situated, and I almost send a fork full of potatoes into her lap. Whoops, my bad. In retaliation, I spear a bite of chicken from her plate, swimming in some Asian sauce. No fair. It's double fair. That doesn't even make sense. After that, she finally gets to take her first bite, and she melts, just like me, her eyes roll back into her head while she chews. I think that might mean she's possessed. Demons are haunting the foreign food. Foreign devils. I don't even remember what this is, but I don't even remember what this is, but it's amazing. She scoops up another forkful of what looks like some kind of barbecue brisket and holds it towards me. Try it. I open my mouth and she guides the fork in. I pull back to chew. It's got a nice smoky flavor. That is good. Right? I almost want to... I'll get a whole plate full of that. Then she tries the baked chicken that she has next to it. Wait, never mind. This is even better. There's a distinct lack of vegetables on both of her plates, but she seems to enjoy everything that she got. Every bite results in some statement about how it's the best thing so far. You have to say, how the fuck is chicken better than brisket? Fuck you. Did you get any of this? I gesture towards a slice of steak that I've almost finished. Okay, open up. She dutifully opens her mouth while I cut a bite for her. So she just holds it open while you're sawing the meat off. Alright. No! It's the best part, right near the edge where all the flavor is. It's a little awkward to be feeding her like this, but no one pays attention to us. When she swallows, she sits still. Very slowly, she opens her eyes again. That was literally the best thing I have ever eaten. You've said it like 20 times so far. I mean it this time. This was illegally good. Now that doesn't make any sense. It makes double sense. We laugh. Gramps always used to say the best place to get a steak was at buffets like this. Not because they are always better, but because you can just go up and get slice after slice. Okay, so to say, the quality probably isn't going to be as good as like a high-end actual steakhouse, but on that end, if you just like steak and you don't care that it might be anywhere from mediocre to just good, yeah, I can see how that's better. Although he's the only person I've met who could eat more than one. Marina chuckles at me, but it's nervous sounding. I used to tease him for it. No one should be able to eat that much. He would always complain about it being too done. He cooked his own steaks to be kind of medium rare, closer to rare. Gross. Don't tell me you eat yours well done. Marina, I don't know if we can still be together. She looks pained. I'm just kidding, you know. Yeah, I know. But it doesn't sound like it. I shut up. It's probably not a good idea to talk about Grams too much either. Yeah, you were on a bit of a roll there. Our plates were mostly empty, and I looked back at the serving area dubiously. Round 2? She thinks about it, then shakes her head. I think I'd explode if I ate much more. And according to what some of you got, according to some of the stuff that according to some of the things that were listed that you acquired, you'd probably also get type 1 diabetes or something. Yeah, same. Yep. There's a soft flutter against my cheek as against my cheek as Marina leans over and kisses it. Thank you for bringing me. Aw. Yeah, no problem. Tries to brush it off, just all cool suddenly. Yeah, thanks. I mean, you're welcome, no problem. I intently examine the hard plastic bench I'm sitting on. Fuck, what now? Too long passes before I talk again. So, are you ready to go? Oh, sure. I can tell how on edge she is again. Good going, Amber. Nice. I'll launch to my feet. Just leave the dishes on the table. Someone will come by and clean them up. I have no idea if that's true. I start to leave, expecting Marina to follow me. Amber. But I turn around. She's still in the process of getting up. Wait for me. First she has to brush her face with a napkin, and then she drains a glass of orange juice she was drinking. Then she scoots out of the booth and hurries towards me. Are you alright? Yeah, sorry. Just felt kind of nauseous for a second. Probably ate too much. Oh. I doubt she's buying it. Never mind. From the corner of my eye, I see her reach toward my hand. Then she seems to think better of it and lets hers fall back to her side. I grab it myself as I lead the way out of the casino. Oh, look, new background. Outside, I take Marina's hand, but it feels limp inside my own. I lead her the way down the street and towards the busiest part of the city. Sometimes stuff on the side catches her eye. Brightly colored sports cars that probably belong to millionaires pass by us pretty frequently. There are also people in bike-drawn carriages and double-decker tour buses. Besides the people, the buildings themselves all compete to stand out. Almost every storefront has something neon flashing to get you to look at it. Toy stores, restaurants, sex shops, and more all vie for real estate. Within a 2-block radius, you could probably buy anything you ever wanted. People are being extremely loud outside. I'm not gonna stop. I'm on a crunch right now. Maybe a half a mile ahead of us, on the other side of the road, there are a few street vendors on the sidewalk. They all have awnings set up to shade themselves and their merchandise, though it's too far away to see what they're selling. Marina spots them and points. Ooh, let's go look. But then her excitement vanishes. I mean, if you want to. Yeah, let's check it out. With a hopeful smile, Marina starts to run. A red light at the crosswalk makes her stop, not too far ahead, though. I catch her just in time for the light to change. Before she can dart away, I take Marina's hand. She doesn't object, but searches my face. So I smile, and she smiles back. I let her pull me to the vendor, who seems to be selling a little bit of everything. T-shirts cover most of a wire rack that serves as a wall. There are also bins of buttons, keychains, and other small trinkets. One bin is full of tiny soapstone animal carvings, and those are what Marina goes for. I ignore the vendor and his Weasley small talk, refusing to be conned into buying tons of junk. After a minute, Marina selects a tiny stone coyote. I pay $5 for it, practically robbery. Yeah, but it's a fucking words not coming to brain. It is a Y to the simple words just refuse when I want them. Souvenir. Oh, that took way too long for me to remember the word. It's a souvenir, and guess what? Tourist traps can sell more money because people are going to be more likely to buy something if they're a tourist trap. We start down the road again with Marina inspecting a new treasure. Why a coyote? Because they're survivors. I thought she was the cutest. Look at the way the color changes here. She holds a tiny trinket up by my nose. There's a spot where the color changes from brown to a milky white on one side of its face. That is pretty. Plus, wolves are pretty much my favorite animal, and coyotes are close enough. Yeah, have you ever seen a live wolf? No, because they're all dying off. And coyotes are replacing them. No, I wish. You? At Yellowstone a couple years ago, yeah. I begged Gramps to take me. As soon as I mention Gramps' name, I see Marina's eyes flit towards mine. What else do they have there? All kinds of stuff. Wolves, bears, buffalo, elk, deer, pretty much any kind of forest animal. And they just wander around, right? Yeah, there are even places where you can feed some of them out of your car. What about the meat eaters, like wolves and stuff? There are spots where you can see them, but you can't feed them. They're still wild animals, not a zoo or anything. I want to go there someday. I'll take you to see them sometime. It's a cool place. Really? Yeah, sure. I try to play it off like it's not a big deal to me, but talking about future plans, anything that would happen after the festival, ignites that sense of uncertainty in my chest. The way her eyes light up when I promise to take her both soothes and agitates the feeling. No matter what, I'm happy that she's happy. I follow behind as she darts from stall to stall like a hummingbird. They all offer more of the same, generic desert-themed trinkets or gaudy I Love Vegas merchandise. The sidewalks are full of these vendors who shout and try to get the attention of all the dozens of people who pass by. Marina's the only one who gets hooked in, of figures. But she doesn't ask for anything else. Maybe there just isn't enough wolf merchandise. Every time she dives in to examine someone's wares, I hang back with my hands in my pockets and watch. Once she's done, we hold hands again. It's a nice cycle. But all that changes once we reach the strip itself, with its eclectic architecture and eccentric population. I point out some of the more famous places like the Luxor, which is shaped like a pyramid, and Caesar's Palace, which looks like it was stolen from Rome. Hail Caesar. Or to Kaiser. Marina's oohs and ahs in all the right I said Marina's. Marina oohs and ahs in all the right places, though to my surprise she doesn't try to lead us to them. Instead, she seems dead set on taking us further and further down the road sidewalk salesman, like she's looking for something in particular. Not that I have any idea what that is. She probably doesn't either. She's probably just looking for whatever, the next new really cool thing, you know? Something that's different from the rows and rows of generic crap that you've seen so far. She leads the way, looking from side to side, but never seeming quite to find it. Until suddenly she freezes in place. A large wave of pedestrian traffic behind us crests and spills around like we're not even there. Marina points to head at one of the street vendors a few blocks ahead. Found one! I'm yanked forward once again, being dragged by her newfound enthusiasm. Rather than a bunch of cheaply made goods, the merchant she's noticed has a bunch of colored drawings of cartoon characters, barely recognizable due to the exaggerated style. A sign beside them advertises custom commissions, $30 each. I immediately understand what it is Marina wants. No. I try to drag my heels, but I'm tugged along by Marina. She's surprisingly strong when she wants to be. Amber? She says my name without even turning around. This has been on my bucket list for years. It's happening. What is? What has? Getting ripped off by a street artist? Having someone drawing? No. Stupid joke. No. My protest going ignored, I fall in step and accept my fate. The guy man in the booth looks like he's completely out of place. He's wearing a flashy Hawaiian shirt and a baseball cap. When he notices Marina and I approaching, he sits up from his slouching position and grins. Hello, ladies! Hi there! We were interested in having our portrait drawn. We weren't. You were. But I don't protest. I resign myself to going along with whatever she wants. Perfect. He frames us with his fingers like he's gonna take a picture. You girls stand right there and get comfy. I'll get ready. He lurches off his wooden chair and grabs a sketch pad and a box of pencils. We'll do you two in color. How's that sound? Great. How much more is color than black and white? I just grimace. I'm not fond of having my picture taken, and this is a much better. In a strange way, though, where some people might not be photogenic, you have more control over something that someone is you have more control over something that you are drawing. So in other words, he could be technically more, well, depending on his talent, he may be more flattering or less so. Depends on his talent. I just never feel satisfied with how I look. That's why there aren't many pictures of Gramps of me, just a couple. I'll deal with it for Marina's sake. We stand under an awning, though its shade does little to help the heat. Marina shifts from foot to foot while I just wait with my hands in my pockets. Every so often she turns to beam at me, though she doesn't say anything. Jeez. I'm not sure why she's so hyped up, but it's cute. And isn't that really worth the $30 you're gonna be paying? The guy finally gets his stuff ready, all set up on an easel. The piece of paper he's using is almost the size of my torso. Go ahead and scrunch together now. He makes a motion with his hands. Marina stands near me and I wrap one arm around her. Closer. Our shoulders are touching. Closer. Now we're cheek to cheek. Perfect. And he stares at us with a smile for just a second longer than is comfortable. It makes his expression seem more than a little sleazy. That's a wonderful note to end this episode on. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode.